And we're back. How you doing, everybody? It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here. Welcome to the 3 o'clock p.m. get together, the last hour of the day, in front of the
Uncle
whiteboard.
Bruce
What a
here. Welcome
day
to
we
the.
are watching here today. Got the market right now. The Dow is down 348 right now, 349 points. S&P is down 38 points. And Nasdaq's down 150. Gold oil is down 72 cents a barrel to 66.57. Lots been going on since I last saw you guys. Robinhood is down 71 cents. All these shares, a lot of these shares really took a dive after I went off the air, and have made a bit. Some of them have made some nice comebacks, or at least attempting to. SoFi right now it's 1378. The shares reached 1356 around 1230, and they've come back somewhat. 27.8 million shares traded. That's a lot of volume, and someone is picking this stuff up. This, I think, is going to be interesting as time goes by, as the SEC filings come out. Who owns how much of what? This will be a most interesting thing to watch. Hang on a second. There we go. Get that over there. Where else are we at? GameStop down 91 cents. With all this carnage going on, GameStop only dropping 91 cents. The low today, 161.10, is 163.02 here. Could well have an up day when it's all said and done. But the volume on GameStop, 1 million shares. Is there selling on GameStop? No. No, there's no panic on GameStop. ATIP down 34 cents to 382. Low of the day, 365 around 1 o'clock Eastern time 2 hours ago. It just had this long, steady slide from 416 all the way down to 365 from opening right till about 1, and then it abruptly went the other way, and it's now been working its way back. Let's see, we're at 382 now, down 34 cents on 2.2 million shares. Rather quiet for ATIP, actually, compared to what we were getting last week when the sell-off was really underway. A week or two ago, it was doing tons of more stock. AMC is up $1.41. It is defying all the markets. Matterport down 11 cents here. A low of the day, 13.81. Right now at 14.04. 23 cents better than the low of the day, which is about around 145 or so. And we're now at 14.04, down only 11 cents. Volume 1.86 million volume at this point. Over at 23andMe, Steady Eddie, up 71 cents, $8. Low of the day, 7.57. That was this morning, the opening. High of the day, set 8.77, just after 11 o'clock. And then it's backed off from 8.77 down to the $8 level, but it's kind of been flatlining now for about 2.5, 3 hours. It's been right here at around this eight-ish neighborhood. FWAA, Fifth Wall Acquisition, down 39 cents to 12.19. The shares were as low as 12.11. And that was around 145 or so, and now at 12.19. They've been flatlining kind of ever since. Only 1.4 million traded, but still, is that right? 1.4 million? Yeah, 1.4 million on FW. Vector down 18 cents, 10.03, taking a little shot higher actually. The low of the day, 9.90. That was around 12.30. It's a 13-cent recovery, down only 18 now. And this is the best level the stock has been since about 10 this morning. So it is actually, believe it or not, is improving. Rocket Lab, 3 days away from the takeover. Spire Global, what a day. Opened up this morning, went right up to $10.50 a share. First thing this morning, it was doing rather well. Then it just dropped, and it came right down to a low around 11 o'clock. Between 11 and 12 this morning, it was at $9.30 a share, $1.20 less. It's fought back a little bit. It tried a little rally, got to 978 or so, 978, but is now sitting at 950, down 43 cents on 244,000 shares. Very quiet day. Today's the first day that Spire is the new symbol here, and we'll see how this plays out as we go forward. 950 and Sixtra. Sixtra this morning was at 9.19. That was the opening, kind of the first few minutes. Then it hung around this $8.90 to $9 range, and about 15 minutes ago hit the low of the day, 866, now back to 875, down 44 cents on 184,000 shares. Very odd trading pattern the last couple of days on Sixtra, as it's just going all over the map here. Other stocks that we're following, Vanik Vectors, the ETF, SMH, down 535 to 255.97. The low of the day, 254.19. So it's near the low. Home Depot still down $14.17. The low of the day was 316.65 for the stock. 316.65. It's now 320.90. So it's come back up $4.25 from the low. So it's still down 14, but it was as low as 18.40 on the downside. Wow, what a day. I like a Home Depot long term. I'm a believer long term in Home Depot. IBM down $1.68. The low of the day, 141.09. It's 141.90. So it's about 81 cents better than the low of the day. Still down 168. And over at the Dow Jones at the moment, I'm showing down 342. The low was 35,120. It's now 35,283. 160-point recovery on the Dow. And the Dow right now is at its best level since about 12:30 this afternoon. So it's kind of clawed back some of the ground lost, and it's still down, but it was closer to down 500. Microsoft down $1.46, Apple down $1.13, Tesla at $6.57 down $28, Bed Bath and Beyond down $1.23, BlackBerry up 2 cents, Royal Caribbean down $2.14 to $76.29. The low on Royal Caribbean today, $75.19. It's now $76.29. So that's a little over $1 recovery so far. Norwegian down 91 cents. Carnival down 79 cents. Amazon is off $54.95. It has recovered about $20 of its losses. So it was down about $75 at its low. Facebook down $7.95. This is a stock that has had one heck of a run. This is a 3-month chart on Facebook here from early, like in May back here. In May, the lows back here were about 309, now at 358. I mean, this has had a 3-month run. Look at this 6-month run on Facebook. I mean, it's got to give back a little, I guess, from consolidation. But it's still only trading at 26 times earnings. The company is on fire, doing very well financially. But today, on the day today, the low was 355.07. It's now 358.63. So even today, it's already recovering some of these losses. Google down $29 at $2,749. Not a big, gigantic move. It's $12 better than the low set a little while ago. Target is taking it on the chin, though, down $743 to $254. Target has definitely been backing off today. Again, this is one of these big retail stocks, one of these big retail stocks. And the question is on a lot of analysts' minds, Target, Costco, Walmart, and other retailers, will they suffer because of these high shipping costs from China? What about these interruptions in supply chain problems? What's going to happen there? JP Morgan down $2, Costco down just 98 cents, Cisco down 42 cents, Goldman Sachs down 384 to 404. The Goldman Sachs low of the day, $400, 22 cents, now at 404.51. It's recovered again. It does these. It'll do a move of $10 a day, but this is a $404 stock, so that can be anticipated. All right, well, there's some of the main stocks we're following right now, the ones that we follow, let's say, the most, all right, at this point in time. SoFi right now, $13.80, GameStop down $1, ATIP only down 25 cents now. It's at $3.90. It's coming back. ATIP was as low as $3.65, so there's a 25-cent recovery already. We're down 25 cents. AMC holding a gain of $1.30. Matterport only down 18 cents, and 23andMe up 77 cents. That's where we're at on this market. Thank you for popping in here, you guys. It's nice to see you. Nice to have you here. Those of you who are members, we're going to open up the chat for you guys. Ask me whatever you like about options and stuff, and we'll get to the whiteboard here, see what's going on. Those of you who aren't members, please consider becoming a member of this channel. We'd love to have you join us as members, and then you can comment as well during these fun times. Here we go. There we are. Members only chat is engaged right now. There we go. Thank you everybody for popping in. This is great. All righty, there we go. There we are, and thank you that you're thank you that you're here. Hello everybody. Nice to have you. Nice to have you popping in and saying hi to us. And let's go. Let's go. What is happening here? This weekend, if any of you are interested in having a one-on-one with me, we have openings for Saturday or Sunday. Let me know what kind of time you'd like. I usually do one-on-one sessions at like 10 o'clock Eastern or 4 o'clock Eastern in the afternoon. And if you have an interest in one of those times for Saturday or Sunday, let me know. We'll set you up and get you locked in, and we'll see what's going on. Thank you for popping in, and let's see what's going on. As I say, SoFi 1380 down 49 cents. We did notice today on Matterport and on 23andMe, they are both now being catching some analysts' recommendations, and it's working for ME today, no question about it. 23andMe has definitely been getting some hype and some coverage on it. I don't know about Matterport if they've really caught much in the way of coverage. They're now at 1402, down 13 cents. They were as high at this at one point today. Matterport did reach 1494. There was a good run. It got up to that level just after noon today. But right after that, I guess that is when the Dow took its ugly turn on the in the midday swoon, and Matterport got caught up in it. Why should it get caught up in the Dow's troubles? I have no idea. There's no reason for it. Just could be that speculators were running with the market at that time, and then they saw a sentiment move in the market and decided to go to the sidelines. No idea. I can't make any heads or tails of why Matterport would be make such a dramatic down move. There really is no news going on. The Dow now down 317 points, recovering a little more. Definitely coming on here in the last hour, chewing up a bunch of the losses that were being incurred in the marketplace just up until like an hour and a half ago. The Dow is definitely improving here quite nicely. It had a first attempt at a recovery just around 1:30 to about 2 o'clock today. Then it gave about half of that recovery back, and now it has surpassed the highest levels of about an hour ago, and is definitely climbing back out of the hole a little bit, but still with a 321 point dip on the day. We're at 35,306 versus a low of 35,120. So that's a 186 point improvement, but we're still leaving us down 318. So you can tell by adding 186 to 318, that was 530 points, 525 points on the down dip today at 1 point. And now we're down 319 on the Dow. There it is. It's not a percentage gigantic move. It's 0.9%. It's not even 1% at this moment where we are. But we did have about a 1.33% drop at one point. The S&P is faring better than the Dow, down 37 points. That's 0.84. NASDAQ, though, is worse off. It's down 1 percentage point at 149 points on the downside for the NASDAQ markets. Obviously, if Microsoft and Apple and Google and Facebook do a turnaround, and with Amazon start coming the other direction, that will move markets dramatically. Dow 30 has Microsoft and Apple in there. The S&P, 12% of the S&P, if I recall, 12% is made up by just two stocks, and Microsoft and Apple. So those two make a turn. It comes on. These two stocks, Microsoft down $1.49, Apple down $1.24, hardly an issue. This is actually an opportunity where you might want to look at long-term contracts, option contracts, and pick some of these up. See if you can score a bit of a nice little return on your investment. GameStop has been all over the place here. We've been as low as 161, as high as 169 today. Typical day for GameStop. Volume dead quiet. The AMC trade we were mentioning this morning. We had one of our viewers sitting on a $38 calls, wondering should I buy them back and should I roll over. 36.96 now is the stock. It's backed off about $1 or so, $1 a bit from that point in time, and so those 38s won't be worth what they were this morning. They're already losing value because they're further out of the money now instead of being just about at the money or slightly in the money at one point today. And as each day goes by, those contracts will keep losing premium. And there you have it. You'll score a gain on that entire transaction. Let's see. Uncle Bruce would sell to open one ATIP February 1822 put at 660 be a good move? Should I create an ATIP put contract? You're letting me guess which one. Let's see if I can pop up the ATIP contracts. See if I can find it for you. Which one are you talking about? February, you said, is the month. And where am I here? Where's that comment? Oh, gosh. Where is that? Where is it? I'm just missing that comment now completely. I think I've lost it. I don't know where I've lost it to here. Here it is. February 660 put. You got to be talking about the 10s. That's okay. That makes sense. I guess I could have figured that out. So if you were to write, I guess you're thinking about writing one of those. If you're going to write that put, if you're going to write that put, if you can get 660 for it, if that's actually what you could get, which I don't think you can because that's the offering. But if you got 660 for it, you would be buying the stock for $3.40 a share. That's a cheap price to buy the stock for, but you're not getting much of a premium here with the stock trading at $3.88 right now. You're not getting a huge premium, and you're not going to because the stock is so cheap it can't really afford to give you a massive premium. The 750s you would get right now about $4 to $4.10 for them. Again, you'd be paying about $3.50, $3.40 for the stock if you were exercised. The fives are only generating about $1.75 to $1.95, maybe $1.85. So that would be that would be, what is that? $3.15, $3.20. That's a little bit of a premium, at least you'd be receiving there. But I'm not sure writing $10 puts is the way to go. You'd have to get top dollar for it, and 630 to 660 is the bid ask on this contract, and I'm not sure if there's enough of a premium in there for you to make it worth your while. The other idea is, of course, you're by doing this, if you're going to sell a call, if you're going to sell a put, create a put, write a put, it's what you're doing, sell to open here. You're going to make money if the stock goes up. That's the strategy, obviously. If you write this one and you do get 660 and the shares do go up in the next, say, few months, just in the next couple of months, they go back to, say, $8. This contract will only have a $2 book value, and it'll probably trade at about $4. But you'll only make a couple of dollars on that kind of a move, where the stock will have gone up $4 a share. You'll only make $2 of it because you have to wait till February 18th to score the total return on this contract. That is a long time to wait, a whole far way to go. You might be better off if you're going to get into the options. I don't know. You might or might not be better off buying 250 contracts. You can buy a 250 contract for between 150 and 165, going long on a call. And if you pick up a call between 150 and 165 with a 250 exercise, shares go to $8. You're in the money, $5.50 on the contract plus premium, and now you have yourself a nice return here. Excuse me. If you're paying $160 for this call, you're buying even the 165. You're paying, what is that, $4.15. You're paying about $4 for this stock when it's trading at $3.86. That's quite a reasonable deal. That's a really low premium to pick that off. So again, to mention it, just to mention it here on ATIP. All right, here we go. ATIP. The stock right now is trading at 386 a share. All right. Normally, in my day, we wouldn't have never back in the 70s days, we would have never thought about buying a contract where the stock was trading at 386 a share. We would never thought of this. But to buy a February 2022 call, the range on that call right now is showing 150 to 165, as far as I can tell. To 165 is the range of the call right now. So even if you were paying, this is a 250. This is a 250 call, $2.50 exercise price here. Hope you can see that. So paying if you could pay $1.50, you'll be paying $4 for the stock combined. 165, you're paying $4.15. With the stock at 386, this is not a lot of a premium. Not a lot of premium for a contract that goes until February the 18th, 2022. I mean, that's a long time. February 18th, 2022. There you go. So if the shares do run to, let's say they go to 650, just for an example here, at 650, this contract has a $4 book value, BV, and time value. Now, if this happened in the next 2 or 3 months, by say September, October, let's say, this contract will still have 4, 5, 5 months to go. It'll have at least a $2 time value on it. It'll be a $6 contract because the time value will now increase higher because the stock has been on the move. The shares reached $8 each. This contract with a 250 exercise price, you're talking a 550 book value here, plus a time value. Even if the time value was 150, what are you talking about here? $7. That's a nice contract to have for a 150, 165 price. That's a nice return on your money. Having said all that, if you buy the stock outright at 386 a share right now, and they go to $8, that's a good return too, isn't it? So you're making $4, but here you can really get a really nice leverage on 250 calls. So I would recommend you buy the 250 calls rather than selling the $10 puts in this case, because there just is no premium. There's no premium reward for you on this trade for you to really be taking advantage of at this low price, which makes sense. All right. Here we go. Is there any time of day that's usually the best time to write option contracts? Do you wait till after the opening, get a feel and write, or does it not make a difference what time you write? It depends on the day and how long this contract is for. If you're talking about writing call option, let's say you're thinking about writing call options on Gamestop, and they're going to expire this Friday. Every hour of every day is now important in the last week. So today being Tuesday, if you write a call this afternoon now against the GameStop, you only have 3 full trading days after tonight left to go. If you wait until tomorrow morning, you're already into the third last day. So psychologically, you're still taking advantage of kind of today's value if you're a writer. On GameStop right now, it's 163.38. So we have the shares right now. And so writing calls on GameStop, let me take a look if I can get this to pop up here. GameStop, here we go. 163.29 last trade. Of course, it's going to jump while I talk about it because that's what it does. See if I can get the options to pop up. Here we go. There we are. All right. So this week's contracts that die this Friday, I'm showing 165s right now that are obviously 170 out of the money, 330 to 365. I'm showing 167.50s at 255 to 282, and I'm showing 170s 199 to 218. So if you want to score a $2 net profit on your contracts by writing the 170s and letting them die worthless, assuming the stock stays under $170 between now and Friday night, you could write the contracts this afternoon, like now. The thing is, if you wait until tomorrow afternoon you'll have lost another 24 hours. These might be down to 175, 165, and you've given away, for every contract. You're right. You're giving away $30, $40 that you could have put in your pocket. Now, obviously, if the shares have a rally between now and the close, if they go a little higher, because they're only down 64 cents, the shares right now are 64 cents underwater. And there's been a slight move up here on the stock for a good part of the afternoon. We were as low as 161.10 at 1 o'clock today. So coming up now, $2.10 to where we are now. If at the bell in the next, say, 30 minutes or so, these shares want to reach 164 and a half, they actually go up half a buck or a buck a day. Now riding the 170 might bring you in a little more money. You might be bringing in maybe 225 to 250 on a contract instead of this 210 to 15 level, perhaps an extra 20, 30 cents, 40 cents. Again, every dime is $10 in your pocket. So if you're bringing in another 40 cents, that's an extra $40. You're writing 5 contracts. It's an extra $200. So it's all leveraged. 163.34 is where we're at right now. If you want to bring in a larger premium, obviously, on Gamestop, you could look at writing contracts for next week Friday so that they don't expire this Friday, but next week. The 170s that expire on August the 27th, those are going for 530 to 570. If the shares inch up a little here, a little higher to the 164 level, 164.50 level, these 170s might inch up into the 625 neighborhood. You could then decide, okay, tonight I'm gonna sell that contract tonight at 6.25. If tomorrow during the day the shares go from 164 and they dribble back to 160 during the day tomorrow, I might be able to buy these 625 contracts that I sold today for 6.25. I might be able to get them back for $4. There's a $2 a share return between today and tomorrow on GameStop, as opposed to writing a Friday contract that expires at the end of the week. Here you're getting a double whammy. You're getting a contract that has right now 8 days to go until it passes away. You're getting the tomorrow trade, which is another day on in its life, and if the shares have a swoon, you get the double whammy. There's a little time premium loss, and the fact that it dropped $2 or $3 or $4 a share, you scored that little move there as well. If you're wrong and the shares go from 163.4 to 166, 167, you're still out of the money because they're 170s. And as each day goes past, they will lose time, appreciation or value. Therefore, bailing you out, you still make all this money, six some odd dollars. You keep all of it as long as the stock stays under 170 till next week Friday. But you're gambling between now and next week Friday that the shares will fluctuate. And if they do, reach 164 now in the next 20, 30 minutes, 164 and a quarter, 164 and a half, you write these, and by tomorrow afternoon or the day after tomorrow, they drop a little bit into the 160, 61 range or 159, 158.50 range. These could go down to $3, $3.50. Therefore, you might score as much as $3 on a buyback on your stock. And again, you never intended to have them exercised. You never intended to hold until the end. You were really looking for a move, and here's a $2, $3, $4 per 100 return for you. Might be worth your while. But there's no exact time. The timing sometimes is the stock is telling you what the timing is, but you have to kind of you have to really follow the movement of the stock. Those of you who are really following the movement of these shares, you're getting to know the pattern. You're getting to feel the resistance levels and support levels, and you're getting to understand how these shares can react. This is where you might be able to take advantage of some of these movements. Up and down, up and down. You pick your moment to write a contract, and by being a writer, again, on a stock like GameStop or something like an AMC or something like a Robinhood, if you're a writer of these contracts, you are getting the clock as an ally for your transactions. You're getting the time now to help you in winning this trade. If you're just buying calls that expire next Friday or this Friday, you are risking everything, and everything is going against you, including the clock, which is the worst, because this is just like the tension keeps building as they get closer and closer to expiry. Whereas if you're a shorter, if you're a writer of the calls, you're letting the clock work for you. And this is why writing contracts like 170s for next Friday, or going out another week, for example, into September. You go out to something like, I don't know, you're writing September's, there aren't any, so let me go to October here. October's, let's say you're writing October 170s or October 180s. You're writing $16 contracts, $16 to $17 contracts. 190s are $13.65 to $15. If you're writing a $14 contract and your objective is to just swing trade it, you get a down dip on the market of $4 or $5 a share during a day. You'll see your contracts drop $3, $4, $5. You'll buy them back, and you have every intention to rewrite them many times. And you find that the market comes back on and has an up move. You write the contract again, now plotting the moment to buy them back for a profit a second time, a third time, a fourth time. You may find that you are trading a contract over 2 or 3 weeks, in and out, in and out, in and out, several times a week. When the stock is giving you $3, $4, $5, $6 swings, you are taking $2, $3, $4 swings on contracts, and you're constantly locking in these couple of bucks a share, couple of bucks a share, couple of bucks a share. It's nickel and diming your way to riches. But since you're in front of the machine anyway, and you're watching these swings, you might as well take advantage of them. It depends on which contract you want to go with. I like the idea of close in, though, either this Friday or next Friday, where you can at least write maybe a $5, $6, $7 contract to then scoop it back at perhaps half the price or 40% less, or whatever. It's going to give you several dollars per flip. That's what you want. Alrighty, let's see. Any other questions here? Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, see if we're on top of everything here. A lot of folks talk to each other. Uncle Bruce, how about in the money calls? Are they worth it? Yes, you can also play in the money calls. You can either buy in the money calls as an investor for long-term gain, again going out. The best part about a long-term, best part about an in the money call can be that you are in effect buying into a stock you like without having to pay the full price of the stock, for example. So let me. I'll just pop up, say, Apple, for example. Let me pop this up here on my screen here. AAPL. Apple Incorporated. The stock's at $149.99, down $1.13 today. All right. And you're thinking, I like Apple. I think these shares can go to 160, 70, 180 down the road here. New products coming out, all that sort of stuff. You may want to play Apple within the money contracts. And let me take a look at, say, if I can find something like January 2022's. See if we can get those to pop up for us. My machine is being very finicky. It's just not. It's not giving me a break here. It doesn't like me today. Come on.
It's the rain.
It's the rain. Can we get? Here we go. Okay, I've just popped up December's. I don't know why I couldn't get January's, but I popped up December's. The stock's at 149. Let's call it 150. Stock's $150 a share. You can buy $120 calls. Good for December. They're right now will run you about $31.50 to $31.65 a piece. You're only paying a dollar and something premium on Apple. You have to come up with the $3,000 a contract, but you don't have to come up with with $15,000 to buy 100 shares. To control 100 shares of Apple, you can do it with $3,160. The shares go to $160 a share, just up to $10. Your contracts will be worth $40 each in book value, plus the dollar premium. You'll have a $41 contract. You will gain almost 10 full dollars on a $31 contract. That's 33% on your money on a $10 move on Apple. If you buy the shares for 100 shares on the open market, $15,000. They go up $10. You've got $16,000. You made $1,000 on a $15,000 investment. 6 odd percent on your money. Where if you buy the contract for 3,100 and it's now worth 4,100, you've made a third of your money. You made a 33% on your actual cash. In theory, if you have $15,000 roughly, where you can actually buy 100 shares of Apple, why don't you buy 5 calls? 5 $30 contracts, good for December at 120. Each one goes up $1,000 a piece. You're making $5,000 return on your $15,000 investment. That's, like I said, 33% return versus $1,000 return. The gamble is the shares don't go up any higher. They go down or they stay where they are. First gamble is this: the shares don't move between now and December the whole time. They stay at $150 a share. They're going to be worth $30 a piece. You paid 31. You lost $1. If you bought the stock for $150, it stays at $150. You didn't make any money either. I can hear rain. We have rain going big time outside. It's coming down, and we love it. I like this strategy where, like I say, you can buy this in-the-money call contract and you own the stock. Now, of course, second strategy you can employ is if you buy a December Apple contract, good for $120 a share, you can now write what's known as poor man calls, because now you can write a call contract against this call contract for shorter term contracts. So you might want to look at writing Apple call contracts that expire in the next week or two to bring in some quick cash on the side. So, for example, you could write maybe a 150 call contract that expires this Friday, or maybe you can write a 155 contract that expires next Friday, or a 152.50 that expires next Friday. Take in some premiums, keeping a sharp eye on your stock in the meantime, while holding a $31 call contract. This is an excellent way to enhance revenues as well. So in the money calls can really be handy in that regard. Alrighty. Thank you for these questions, everybody. Any other questions on this? Okay, here we go. We've got a troll back again. You know what I found this morning was interesting was I was taking a look at my YouTube channel, and I was looking at the so-called membership area because I wanted to see what this moron was doing, and it looked like YouTube eliminated 40 of the channels. They just disappeared from view. They've been canceled out. So I know there's a battle going on between this individual and YouTube as a whole. Kind of glad to see it. I just hope it doesn't interfere with my viewers, which are you guys right here. Anyway, there you have it. Never a dull moment. All right. Okay, let's see. Uncle Bruce, is Cyxtera going to get the second quarter swoon the other SPACs got during the reporting today? They all go the wrong way on earnings. So did HD. So no rhyme or reason in today's markets. Hard to say. I really don't know. I know that last week the management of Cyxtera was doing a show and tell. I believe they went to 1 or 2 conferences last week, and they were probably going to do many more of them now that they're a publicly traded company, and they're going to want to let the world know who they are and what it is they do and what they're all about. So will the shares stay down here? Will they go higher? These early days, you're asking me questions I can't answer, and I'm not going to, promise you something that I can't deliver on because I have no idea. I just like the nature of their business. I like how funded they are, and I'm certain they're going to expand their footprint and their business plan. And as they grow, the shares will grow as well in value dramatically. That's my take on it. We are now down 323 points on the Dow, down 38 on S&P. We're down 160 on NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is down 1.08%. The Dow is down 0.91% at the moment. All right. We've got SoFi down 55 cents to 13.74. GameStop is only off 70 cents. ATIP is down 28 cents to 387.75. AMC holding a gain of $1.36 today. Matterport is down at 394, down 22 cents. 23andMe is now up to 820, up 91 cents. Fifth Wall down 29, Vector down 18, Spire down 41, Cyxtera down 44 cents at 875. IBM down $1.40 at 142.19. The Dow, as I said, down 319.85. Kind of flatlining here down this level around this 300, 320 range. And that's where we're at right now. All right. Microsoft down $1.80. Apple down $1.15. Okay, there you go. By the way, back to that Apple idea, if you do buy an in-the-money call for December, you're going to hold it for about 2 months. This is now August or September into October. Then you'll sell it, whatever it's at. Even if you break even on it, doesn't matter. The whole objective to have it is to grow with the stock. If the stock in the next 2 months goes to 155, 165, you've made a nice little gain. You can theoretically sell that contract, now buy next year contracts further out, and again in the money, and continue to roll Apple. And if you are selling, let's say you buy this contract that I've just talked about, you buy this contract for 31 and you sell it for 46. When you turn around and buy a new in the money Apple contract, you're going to buy a higher priced option because you owned 120. You might now buy 140s that are in the money, $30, $35, for a dollar or two above book value further out. But you're spending less money. You're not buying a $45 contract. You're buying a $30 contract. In effect, you're taking the $1,500 off the table and cashing in. Because people always ask, how do I know when to sell? How do I know when to take money from these trades? How do I know how to do that? Well, one way is doing these options. If you buy a $31 contract, the stock goes up, you sell this contract and replace it with a new contract, again, at the original price that you bought the first one at, you're selling for 45, buying for 31. Selling for 45.50, buying for 31. You're taking this cash out and either diversifying it or using it for bills or whatever you need to do with it. All right. There you go. Here we go. We got more attacks from this spam moron who has nothing better to do with themselves and are just coming around. Oscar, thank you for becoming a new member. Hopefully you're one of the good guys. Oh man, thank you. I bought another 1.5 shares of Gamestop today. Thanks for the dip. There you go. Welcome back, Oscar, says Mirko. Welcome back. Let's see. Here we go, Bruce. I don't get the price movement of Matterport today. What gets triggered to have the stock drop so sharply? I don't know. I can't tell you the answer on this one. I don't know why it did it. I don't know how it did it. Whatever it did it, and I have no nice clean answer for you. I wish I did, but I don't have one. It is the oddest thing, because to me, it's a newly created company, just listed a week and a half ago. 1494 was the high of the day. Why would it be attacked like it was attacked? But it was. Could it be an opportunistic shorter? Could it be an opportunistic put player, somebody who bought puts as the stock went up? They bought puts super cheap, and then they crapped the market with a short sale and made it drop because they could with enough volume, making their puts jump dramatically depending on the put they had. Cashed in their puts, immediately started buying calls long, and now started to buy the stock back, and they're trying to manipulate the market, and they're not being stopped by the SEC. This could be what's going on, but I don't know who's investigating these trades. I don't know who would investigate these trades, and I don't know if the SEC has any inclination to want to investigate these kinds of violent trades against stocks. This is kind of what gets me wondering. Scott, thank you. Scott Coleman, thank you for the donation on PayPal, buddy. Thank you, as always. You're awesome, man. Anyway, there's the, there it is. That's, that's what I got. That's all I see, and that's all I'm noticing on how the stock is trading. 2 million shares traded today. Frustrating, a great volume, but it's off. It's being recommended as an overweight position at $22 a share target price. $22 a share target price. This is pretty good stuff, but it's obviously not helping the stock right now at $13.86 a share. That's the frustrating part about it. 820 on 23andMe, up 91 cents here, as we are coming to the close in 16 minutes. Okay. There you have it. Yeah, we got this guy using your image. This troll is using names of my viewers to attack me as well. I mean, this guy is stopping at nothing. I know that you're reporting him. I know YouTube is reacting to it, and they did eliminate a bunch of his channels, a bunch of his memberships. I noticed that first thing this morning on my membership list. There's nothing I can do to get rid of this guy. There's nothing I can. There's no one I can call. There's no 800 number for us to report these guys to. We're kind of helpless, even with a channel that has memberships to make commentary. This guy buys his way in and then attacks. I don't know what the beef is. I don't know what the issue is. Don't know what the upside is for this moron. You know, there's not a lot I can not much I can say. That's just it. That's the story. Alrighty, down 354 on Dow, up down 41 on S&P, down 169 on Nasdaq right now, and that's where we're at right now, folks. Yeah, spank the troll. That's it. You can. I encourage all of you to report the troll. Absolutely. That's it's the way it is. They come and they go, and I'm a small channel. I mean, compared to some of these YouTubers out there, I'm not a very large channel, but the individuals just getting the jollies. If this is what it takes for you to have a great day, I feel sorry for you, man, because you missing out on the world. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, there you have it. That's the deal. What can I say? Where are we at now? We're coming into 14 minutes to go on this day. 14 minutes left. 13.92 on Matterport, down 22, up 91 cents on 23andMe. AMC holding a gain of 119. The GameStop is down only 52 cents. ATIP down 30. SoFi down 56. And we are just battling along here, coming through the close. It's a red day across the board. I mean, it's red everywhere. There are very few Dow stocks that are going to be up today. There are very few NASDAQ stocks going to be up today with the kind of losses we're showing. About 1%, 1.1% on NASDAQ, 0.9% on the Dow. It is a down day today, and whatever the reasoning is, I think the China thing is having an effect on the markets. Unfortunately, the China government is slapping down on its own corporations. Totally mystery. But then I guess what's happening in China is that the upper echelon of the Communist Party in Beijing are nervous about how powerful some of the corporations are getting in China and what kind of influence they might be having overseas. And it just could be that these companies are being reined in by the central government to sort of control things, which of course spooks every outside investor away from Chinese investments. I mean, it makes capital fly out of China like you can't believe. But the Communist Party has their methods and their reasoning and their timing, and they don't answer to anybody else but themselves, and they control their game. And I don't know. It's just it's an overhanging issue on the markets that investors don't like, and investors are very easily spooked, and they'll go elsewhere. And if it means a down day on the Dow today, then so be it. It's a down day on the Dow, and tough. If it comes back tomorrow or the day after, it'll come back. But right now, the China thing is a reason why we are dealing with. Oil is down 50 cents a barrel. Again, China is being used as an excuse. The slowdown, the economic performance in China is not as to where it was expected. Let's see. Bruce, is it better to average down on our SoFi January calls that are down 40% or so, or pay more for further out now? You can't go wrong either way. I mean, buying contracts that have more time are always a good thing, but buying contracts with lower costs is a smarter way to go. Make sure to do not buy contracts on any stock, like SoFi, for example. Do not buy additional contracts if the premiums are way out of whack. You have to get a reasonable cost factor in there. Try to buy contracts that are closer to being in the money, because the contracts that are at the money or in the money will react, not dollar for dollar, but certainly 80 cents on the dollar. If the stock goes up $1, the contract will go up 80 cents, and the leverage is coming your way. If you own contracts and you continue to pick up additional contracts on SoFi that are $20 a piece or $22.50, you might need $4 or $5 a share before your contracts start to move for you. And in theory, if you feel the shares are going to reach $20 to $22 anyway, then you should be into $12.50s or $15 contracts and get them for January, February, March, whatever you can. You may not be able to buy as many contracts, but the ones you buy will react immediately in value, and I think that's a good way to go. Mirko, I don't know if you've seen it the first time on Heidelberg, like you said yesterday. I sold 3 GameStop covered calls, 185 for 9/3/21 at 7:49 in the morning, and 1 GameStop covered call 185 8/27/21 at 376 premium to going to SoFi, MTTR, and ME. So taking the cash and picking up these deals. This is another advantage of writing calls on something like a GameStop if you're long the stock. Absolutely. Is it a good idea to buy more ATIP since it's so low? Yes, absolutely. 386 a share, just a giveaway. I mean, even if they go up $1.90 from here to 570, you've made 50% return already on this investment. There's nothing wrong with this. This is a good move. The ATIP ownership is really on top of fixing this issue. This issue. Remember, the folks who took ATIP public, they're the ones who are off $1 billion right now. They're down $1 billion. They're a $75 billion entity. $1 billion is inside this thing, and they're getting that back and more of it. So there are moves happening here. GameStop 163.51. It's 163.91. We're down 2 cents on GameStop. So these contracts that you're thinking of maybe writing or looking into writing, 163.84. We're approaching 164. Maybe writing 170s might be an idea for this Friday or next Friday. And if the shares want to run a little higher here, taking advantage. We're down to 8 minutes though, so the end of the day is coming up. Let's see what else is going on here. Yeah, it looks like someone is taking over Carter's channel here. Not sure what's going on here. Let's do that. And let's see. How is he able to do that? Exactly. They're crafty. Sons of bitches are crafty. There's no doubt about it. And they grab your avatar, they grab your name, and then they pretend it's you. They try to do a full-blown attacks. And this moron thinks that all of you who are watching me will fall for this guy. You'll fall for the message. It's pointless. I hit the block on the channel, and then it eliminates all the messages in one shot. They just all go away. So I don't know. I'm just it's weird. 163.84 down 9 cents on GameStop. The Dow now down 314.50 with 7 minutes to go. And we've got SoFi down still 55. GameStop now only down 9 cents. Up. We're up a nickel now on GameStop. We're in the green on GameStop. There you have it. Very good. Here we go with going after John Jepson now. There we go. We get rid of that one. And doing what I can. We got my turn. Yeah. Here we go. There we are. And there it goes. Okay. 164 on GameStop, up 7 cents. ATIP at 387 now, down 29 cents. AMC still up $1.19. We've got Matterport down 21 cents to $13.95, down 20. 23andMe and up 91 cents to 820, holding its own. IBM down $1.30. The Dow down 310 now. Seems to be inching up a titch better, but we're into the last 6 minutes. So I'm not expecting much more, but we'll see what's going on. And here we have it. Yeah. You got to be right to short GameStop right now. Well, like I say, you can write calls against it short term, take an income. It's what a lot of folks are doing here. They're doing it on AMC. They're doing it on Robinhood. The premiums are phenomenal, and it's easy money. It's free money being handed to you if you're a shareholder of you're a holder of the stock. Take advantage of it. Out and out short selling. I wouldn't be a short seller of GameStop out and out, but you can play the market a lot cheaper, a lot easier than that. Alrighty, we're at the 321 on the downside on the Dow. No recovery coming here, I don't think. We're down to 5 minutes to go, and we'll see what happens. Erico, it's hard being me when you're as handsome as I am. Although most people tell me I have a wonderful face for radio. What can I say? And any thoughts on writing puts on SoFi? Yeah, writing $15 puts on SoFi, good for next January or longer. You can get a pretty good premium doing that. That might be worth your while. Even 1250s, if you can write 1250 puts against SoFi, I'd consider that as another idea. But you can also buy 1250 calls on SoFi if you can get them at a low enough premium, might be worth your while too. All right. And there you are. This is it. The troll's jealous that Bruce is married to Jen Aniston and gets to go to Timmy's all the time. I can get that. You could do radio, Bruce. You have the voice for it, Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, I wrote some September 10th GameStop covered calls, 200s for 810. Entered the order for 190 for 910. Still waiting. What do you think? September 10th. 200s, yeah, September 10th 200s, right on. And September 10th's 190s, I'm assuming those, well, of course, 190, I'm not sure why they're only $1 more. I'm not sure if those are the same ones or different timing, but yeah, bringing in some dough here, and lots of room between you and the stock. Yes, exactly. Way to go. Here we go. We got the troll back in full living color here. Full living color coming around. What can I say, kids? Sorry about that, but that's the way it is. And writing these calls, bringing in some good cash. I mean, $810 per 100. That is good cash coming in. Yeah. And there you go. Yeah, he's definitely 14 or younger. I mean, this is a child, and what can I say? There's not a lot you can do. It's we report them, and that's the best we can do is we report them again and again and again and again and again. YouTube gets these reports, but I don't know what else YouTube can do about them. I really don't know what else, if anything, they can do. It is not. I do not know what else weapons they have to stop someone like this. It's you can imagine. This individual is probably just surfing the entire YouTube network to attack as many people as they can. It's all I can figure. Alrighty, we're at 2 minutes to go, and we're down 298 on the Dow. A little improvement there. We have GameStop still sitting down a dime on the day. Didn't have much of a rally here, but it came back to almost even. ATIP 389 down 27 cents. Matterport still at 1388. We've got 23andMe up 95 cents to 824. And there's where we're at. We're down 31 on Fifth Wall, 20 cents on Vector. We're down 50 cents on Spire. We're down 48 on Sextera right now. Vanek down $5 a share. Home Depot down 14. IBM down $1.20. The Dow now down 286. We've got there we go. We've got Apple down 90 cents. Tesla down $20. Bed Bath & Beyond down 92 cents. And we're up a penny on BlackBerry. Talk about holding on. Down 245 on Royal Caribbean. 56 on Amazon. Down $8 on Facebook. Down 33 on Alphabet. Still a $7 loss on Target today. that's where we're at. And we're just watching these markets, doing what we can. GameStop 163.54 for all of you option writers out there. Your stock is going nowhere fast, which means your contracts are slumping in value, which gives you additional gains in your accounts, and you might as well be paid while you're here. Absolutely, be paid while you're here for sure. There's the final toll. The bell is just going right now. I think we're just about done here, Larry. Thank you, Larry, for telling us the market has spoken, and the bell is toiling. The end of the day has arrived. Thank you, all of you, so far for 217 thumbs ups on a tough one today. We've had to endure a shitty day today, and we got the moron to just make it even more fun. Thank you for the at least a couple hundred thumbs ups. I do appreciate it. If you're able to spare a few, thank you. There you have it. We're finally closing out the day here. Let's take a look at a couple of stocks. Apple at 150.20 looks like just down 92 cents at the end of the day. On our other favorites, here we go. I'll get that done right there. Take a look at this. GameStop 163.29 down 64 cents. Final trade on the day today, and we have 23andMe. It looks like at 8.25. Last trade on the day, up 96 cents today. You certainly will take that. Hand that over to us on a couple of other stocks. That would be great. Matterport 13.89 down 26 cents so far today. It'll be interesting to see if in the next day or two the possibility that there might be a bit of a upward swing on Matterport because of the realization that it's being initiated with coverage with a price target of $22 a share by Wedbush. That'd be pretty good. Nate, thank you, mate. Power through, Bruce. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. We'll keep it going. Thanks, Oscar. We'll keep running here, doing all we can. Let's see. Any whiteboard plays for ME puts or calls, Brucey? What are your thoughts? ME puts calls really. You gotta ask yourself: do you want to buy the stock at 8.25? Or do you want to buy contracts? There's not a lot you can do with option trades on really low-priced stock, but I guess you can look at, as we are with ATIP, you can look at contracts that are low-priced calls and ask yourself if it's worth your while to pick up a cheap call or not. I mean, let me see what's going on here. I'm trying to figure out what's happening here. Sorry, folks. I'm dealing here with the stuff on the fly here. Okay. I mean, a $10 23andMe call is 90 to 95 cents. And of course, just being out of the money at now $1.75 out of the money. Don't know if I want to buy a $10 call for that kind of money. I like the idea of the 750 call. The 750 call on ME is 160 to 190. Paying 165, 170 for a contract on top of the 750 price, you're committing $9.20 a share, but that's still a $1 premium between now and January. Although that's not unreasonable considering the stock today went up 90 something cents today. I mean, hey, 96 cent gain today. Give me one of those tomorrow and the day after that, and this contract is singing. I mean, we're laughing here. So a couple of thoughts. Okay, 23andMe, ME, final trade today, $8.24 or so. If you're going to buy a January 2022 call, and you're going to pick up a 750 call, okay, about $1.65 or so is your cost, so $165 per 100 shares. if you're thinking about buying 100 shares of the stock for $825 or so, and instead buy contracts instead, you're looking at about 5 of these ballpark. That's about what 820. So 5 is $825. So you have $825 invested into the stock contracts, 750s, good until January 2022. If the shares were to run up into say they went to $12 between now and January, they got to 12. Well, these contracts, these 750s, would have a book value of $450 a piece right here. So that would be book value, and then there would be time left on it, the time value. Now, how long are we talking about here? Are we talking about the next couple of months or so, by October, November? If there's still a month or two of time left on these, they might have a $1 time premium still left on them. So you would have a 550 contract here. If you've got 5 of them, you have $2,750 right there as a total return or total value. Now you take that off of your $825 cost, and you can see a nice little return here, $1,800 some odd dollars. Buying 100 shares and the stock goes to 12, you're making $375 on 100 shares. So if they go from $824 to $12, $375 profit. Whereas if you do the contract thing, 5 of these that turn into this, 165 turns into 550 because of the leverage. You can see why options are so darn popular. 2750 value versus a $1,200 value, 100 shares versus 5 contracts. This is why options are so darn popular. Picking off 750s, I like the idea of picking off 750s because you're in the money right here. You're in the money almost 75 cents right off the bat. So of the 165 you're paying, 75 cents is book value. You're already in the money. So obviously the shares running up to $12, going up $3.75. These contracts have gone up about $2.90, almost $3. And you can see with a $3.75 stock gain and almost a $3 contract gain, you are getting very high percentage returns on the value of the move, on the actual move of the stock, multiplied by 100 shares of leverage. And this is why this really becomes valuable. I mean, you take this another level, and we're going to talk fantasy league here. I mean, let's say the shares go to $16.50 a pop between now and the end of the contracts. The book value on these are $9 each. Even if the time value is 25 cents, you're talking $9.25 a contract times 5 contracts. We're looking at $4,625, $4,625 in value for an investment of $825. I mean, this is where the returns get really juicy. This is 5 contracts. 5. You're putting $800 on the table to turn $800 into $4,600. You can understand with the GameStop story, people were buying GameStop contracts, by the hundreds, and the stock went obviously ridiculously up. I mean, they didn't go from 8 to 16; they went from 8 to 150. I mean, the hundreds of thousands of dollars of wealth created were just beyond on just some of these contract players. Obviously, it was just insanity. Kicks get chicks. Thank you. Snagged 35 contracts for $15 strike price on Matterport at 10 cents each this Friday. Not what you usually recommend, but here's hoping for a big upswing tomorrow. Well, a 10-cent contract is $10. This is a $350 wager. I mean, people are betting $350 on the Super Bowl. You've got till Friday. If SoFi has a wonderful day tomorrow and goes up $1.25 to $15, that's Wednesday. You still have Thursday and Friday. I mean, just going to $15 on SoFi or on Matterport. Sorry, Matterport, $13.89, same price practically. Matterport at $13.89. It goes back to $15. Those contracts right there will be 50 cents each tomorrow. So that's 5 times your money. Well, 5 times your money on a $350 wager is $1,750. The problem is if the stock does not deliver any kind of a regain any kind of value, you've just kissed off $350 and there's nothing for it that you're going to get back. On the other hand, if you have $350 and you put it in the Matterport right now, how many shares can you buy for $13.89? 10 shares is $138. 20 shares is $280. So, 20 something shares is what you're going to get. You could be getting, but you're taking the other route. I can understand the mentality here. I hear the wheels going. I'm thinking the gentleman is thinking, well, why don't I just buy 335 contracts? I'm controlling 3,500 shares. I have 3,500 shares of leverage if I'm right. And if this stock goes to $16 Thursday, Friday, I got a $1 contract here. I've made 10 times my money. I've taken 350 and turned into 3,500. I get it. I totally get it. It's not for the faint of heart, though. I'll tell you that. Not for the faint of heart. All right. There you go. Thank you all for these comments. I love these ideas. Let's see. What else? What else here? Thank you, everybody. Yeah, the most he can lose is $350. That ain't nothing. I agree. For some people, $350 is a fortune. For others, it's chump change. It all depends on where you're at and where you're from and what your scenario is. But if you're scooping $10 contracts. You know what? For some of you out there, you want to take a shot at some contracts, and they're trading at 10 cents each. Well, then buy 3 of them. Buy $30 worth of contracts. Buy 5 of them, $50. Throw $50 around here and there. You can always try that, but the odds are against you. Yes, they are. There's a reason they're only a dime. Makes sense. But like Coyote says right here, he's correct. 25 shares is a whole lot less leverage than 3,500, and that is the point of this transaction. The point of it is simply to make a buck. Look, if the shares go up enough, and these contracts go to 15 cents, and he sells them for 15 cents, a nickel a piece, he makes $5 times 35 contracts. It's a $175 profit. Okay, that's all you need. If they go up to a penny, it's $1 a contract more. That's a $35 gain. Now, there might be some commissions in and out that'll eat that up, but still, you can get out at 20 cents or 30 cents. Hey, you just turned 350 into 1,050 gross. Not the worst move. I get a gamble. I totally get it. Someone is selling these. There you go. If someone making 6 figures, that might be it. Someone sold them for 10 cents. Now, the person selling them could have bought them at $1, and they're just getting out and they're giving up, and they're taking their dime and walking away. And it might be that these contracts become absolutely worthless, and so someone did secure 10 cents out of whatever they could get. They got a dime out of it. There's always a buyer for every seller. Generally speaking, there usually is, and it all depends on how this game plays itself out. Unfortunately, Matterport dropped 26 cents today, but tomorrow it might jump up $1 and be at $14.89 tomorrow afternoon. At $14.89, those calls, they'll be worth 25 cents for sure. If the stock on Thursday starts trading at 15.50 to 15.75, if that were to happen, well, then you got yourself a $1 contract here, and you got some money piling up. Nice. There you have it. How much can you lose? Exactly. That is the way it is. I bought those same 750 ME calls you're discussing back when they were 340. So I need to get it back to 1090 before I see any return. Well, not necessarily. You don't need to get it to 1090 to get your return. What you need is the shares to rise so that these contracts begin to show a value. You don't need 1090 in book. You don't need book value only to get you ahead of the game. But obviously, these 750 MEs, 160 to 190 right now. If the shares bump $1 from here, and the ME goes to a 9, M&E 23 ME goes to 925. You're in the money now, $1.75 plus probably $1 premium, maybe a bit more. You'll be at 275, 290. You'll be awfully close to your coming in price here. So You don't need to get to 10.90. Even if you could get to $10, your calls will likely now be pushing 350 a piece. So you don't need 10.90, but it would help if you can get it. Bruce, I love the direction you're taking on the afternoon show here. I hate it when that you're moving and it's all ending soon. Folks, when I'm on the road, I'll be doing this. I will continue to do this. As long as I have a whiteboard, I can always do this kind of work. I also have these gigantic sheets of paper. I have these kinds of units right here as well that I can work off of. The education thing doesn't end. I'll still be trying to explain it in plain English as best I can. So should I buy some puts to cover my loss on SoFi right now? Should I buy puts to cover my loss? Well, if you're buying puts on SoFi, you're betting the stock will go lower. That's what you're betting on. My take on SoFi is that it is going to go down in pennies if it goes lower, but if it's going to go higher, it's going to go up in dimes and quarters. I think that when the SoFi turnaround begins, it'll be dramatic, and the first $3-4 will be instantaneous. And then from there, we just keep running right along. So for SoFi to reach $16 to $17 wouldn't take much at all. And then from there to grind up to 20 would be, a few more days. But I'd love to tell you what day this is going to happen. I'd love to tell you exactly what time tomorrow afternoon all this is going to work out for you. I can't. I can only react to what I see. And what I don't want to see, and what I cringe at watching, is if anyone is giving up on an investment when it's at its low. That is the worst time to sell anything, anytime, is when you're selling when you are getting the worst possible price for an asset. You buy when they're low. You buy more when they're lower. You buy even more when they're lower than that. Because SoFi, the corporation, is doing very well and will continue to expand. Get their bank charter. They're going to get it. And this company is going to become much more valuable overall. No question about it. The street has got to buy into the notion on the whole. For whatever reason, sellers will run out of stock, and they will not be able to continue to come in with paper. They'll have sold what they want to sell. Today, 31 million shares trade hands. I'm happy about this volume. Very happy. And then we'll go from there. You get a couple of days of heavy volume where a couple more analysts start talking about SoFi, or a couple of bloggers or vloggers, and the story keeps spreading out. And the next thing you know, you have 30, 40 million shares of volume, but there isn't 30, 40 million shares of selling volume coming in to stop it. And it just pops up $3-4 in a day. And everybody goes, why didn't I buy it at $13.75? What was wrong with me? I loved the thing at 15. Why wasn't I buying at $13.75? Hey, it's okay. If you got what you want, you don't want any more, fair enough. It's all right. Sit on what you have and don't even blink. Just sit tight and wait it out. All righty. Won't stop the Bruce. How about that? Let's see. Can you tell me what those Powerball numbers are going to be, Bruce? I really like to help me out. Yeah, I just want to get more. That's what I'm going to do. Which one's going to pop first? I wish I knew that answer. No idea. Interesting though, the Gamestop is 163 and the SoFi is 1375. They're about 10 times, 11 times different. So of course, if SoFi goes up $1, that's like an $11 move for GameStop, all relatively speaking. So there you are. But SoFi is a kind of a stock that, in my humble opinion, can get to 20 with not a lot of effort when the time is right. I wish I knew when the time was right. I would have not have guessed that a week after, or shortly, or not even a week after these results, that they were dying to tell us about. And remember, SoFi were eager to get the results to us on the latest financials. They really wanted to get this out. They promoted that conference call like crazy. That 3-4 days after a conference call like that the stock would be $13.75. I would never have guessed that could have been a possibility, but it is. It happened. Here we are. But I think it's temporary. This isn't going to last. Um, anyway, there you go. Here, thanks for the tip advice. I bought 100 GameStop at the dip today, but I can't trade options on them until deep value date on the 19th. Was ready to write the call just before the close until value date on the 19th. Interesting. That's kind of weird. If you have a margin account, you could have probably done it. I'm assuming you have a cash account. Am I right? Made me feel good about my stock, even though I was taking a nice loss. Bought in 300 shares at 17.21. You're the man. Yeah, you're going to be fine. This stock, this company is growing like crazy, and they're advertising their services everywhere. They're offering 12 different products. Yeah, they're gonna do just fine. Uncle Bruce, what if the poor man's call? What if the poor man's covered call gets in the money, and we get exercised? How does that work? Oh, I see. Well, if you get exercised on the contract, you're buying the stock that you've written the call against, right? Now you're long a call already in the money over here. What would happen, I think, is first of all, let me explain it this way. There is no way you would write a call on a stock and then not buy it back if it went into the money. If you're writing a call against a poor man position, you're writing a call out of the money because the whole point of it is that you're trying to bring income in, premium income in, time value on an out of the money call. So if the shares begin to climb in value, you're going to buy your call back and you're going to rewrite another call. A rollover is what you're going to do. Whether it's the same strike, same timing for exercise, or whether it's a higher strike price for the week out further or whatever, you're going to do a rollover. So the odds of you being exercised will be slim to none. I mean, you're generally writing out of the money calls. You would have to be defiant as hell to hold a position that went in the money on you, and now you got assigned. But the broker would then assign you. You would immediately put a sell order in for the stock immediately. That day or the next morning, you'll immediately just sell the stock off, and you'll be flat again. And then you can rewrite a new call from there. That's all you're going to do. Yes, Bruce is the hottest guy on the airwaves, and I'm shorting the troll. Thank you, Beach Boy. I appreciate that. Yay, cash account. Yeah, cash account. That's why you couldn't write today. If you had a margin, you could have written. Gabriel, Uncle Bruce, I'm down 70% on my ME 1250 January 22 January contracts. My options recovered a little bit with today's movement, but I'm still down. Any advice on what to do with these options? Sit tight. Sit tight. I don't think this is a one-day wonder for 23andMe. I think this is a momentum thing. We may have a little more momentum behind this. In the next week or so, you might be sitting at the 950 to 1050 range again on the stock, which will put you much closer into the value of your contracts. Obviously, 1250 is your exercise price. So you've got a ways to go yet. And I'm assuming you've got what are these January calls, and they're right here. Here I am. So they closed at what 50, 60 today, 50 to 60. They didn't make a major move today, but they did last trade at 50, and now they're offered at 60. The next dollar from here, taking us to 920 a share, will start bringing these tens into zone here. They went up 25 cents today, and they're 90 to 95. The 750s, of course, went up 50 cents today to 165. They moved up nicely. As I say, then the next $1.50 a share to get us into that 970 range will definitely make a difference. You'll notice your contracts will probably trade instead of in this 50, 60 cent range, you're probably going to be in the $1, $1.10, $1.20 range. And that will bring you a lot closer to where you were when you got in. I don't think this movement on ME goes to $9 or $10, and that's all she wrote. That is not the point of the ME management and their game plan. They're not here to have the stock just go to $9 or $10 and then they're happy. They're not happy. Under $20, they're not happy. Even under 30, they're not happy. They're going, oh yeah, well, we should be worth higher than that. So this is only the very, very, very beginning. To think that today, of all days, where the Dow dropped about 300 points. Your ME went up 96 cents on the day the Dow dropped 300 points. Can you imagine if the Dow had a 300-point update today with everyone's positive vibes and everything else? This could have gone much further. So there could be, and there may well be, some additional buying coming in on ME that will really move it a lot higher. I have a feeling there's a lot of smart money that bought ME today. Volume of 10 million shares, 10,070,000, 10,700,000 today. That is a serious day for ME for volume. This isn't a one-day wonder. This is not a one-day wonder. We're going higher, and I think you're going to be a lot less anxious as you watch this stock keep climbing. And at the end of it, you could well make a nice buck. You've got till January. This is August. Hello, it's only August. Alrighty, let's see. Let's go. There you go. You should temporarily raise your price. I don't know if I can raise and lower it. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do that. I think you lock it in and that's it. I'm not so sure I can do much. Anyway, what else? Status on VACQ. The VACQ. Hang on a second here. Shareholder meeting August 20. Yeah, the Rocket Lab. VACQ 3 days from now becomes Rocket Lab. So just wait it out, and we'll see how it does. It was down 18 cents today to 10.03. It's funny how it's coming into that $10 level right at the vote. What can I say? A low today 9.90, high today 10.17, 1.2 million volume. And as soon as that vote is done and into next week, the symbol will change to RKLB, Rocket Lab, and we'll be talking about Rocket Lab and no more VACQ. So just hang around a little longer. Thanks for the advice, Bruce. You got it. Not a problem. Thanks for the update. You got it. Not a worry whatsoever. Anyway, there you go, folks. Sorry about the troll today, but, I can't control the trolls. But there must be something about this channel that drives the troll crazy. Thank you for the 294 thumbs ups today. I appreciate that. Those of you who have already started picking up you're starting to look at the latest lesson that I uploaded last night. Lesson number 9, how to write butterfly spread contracts. That is something some of you should really be looking into here. Some of you may find that kind of strategy very handy with some of the stocks that we're following here. Butterfly spread contracts. Check out the lesson if you can. I have a feeling that the first time you write a butterfly spread contract, and I think you'll like the fact that there's very little risk to do it. And I think you're going to like the fact that the upside is fairly reasonable for maybe a $50 risk. You can make $250, $300, that type of thing. A nice ratios 5, 6, 7 to 1 your favor. You write one of those and are successful on the very first go. That more than pays for the lesson. And it's all free after that because you can watch the lesson again and again and again. Any of you out there having problems, I just want to let you know, if any of you are having problems or you're watching any of my lessons, once you acquire them off my website, just send me a private email and say, Bruce, I bought lesson number 2 or lesson number 6 or lesson number 9. I can't find it, or I want to watch it again. I lost the link. Let me know, and I know you paid for it because it's in the records. I can track it out and make sure you bought it. We'll resend you the link, and you can watch it again and again and again and again. Thank you, all of you who are supporting this channel by being members. Thank you for the 304 thumbs ups now. Appreciate that. Thank you for being subscribers to this channel and just being fans. I do appreciate it. And like I say, if you're watching any of these lessons that we're popping up, you're helping yours truly and Jennifer. We do appreciate it. We're going to become nomads going forward, and we're going to be on the road in about a month from now. Right now, we're still here in Creston. The house is for sale. There's interest in the house. We'll see how it all comes together, and we'll kind of go from there. I'll keep you posted as we know more. All right, guys. Thank you, all of that. And here we go. CEO of Spire was interviewed on TD Ameritrade Network today. Really good interview. One of the big takeaways that stuck with me was that Spire has 100 satellites up and running already. Yeah, these guys are busy. They're doing all right. Anyway, Uncle Bruce, my back hurts just watching you stand in one spot. Um, amazing. I saw some guys pull off insane butterfly trades the other day on YouTube. It was insanely impressive. He practically had a 99% chance of profit, with the worst case profit scenario being a couple of grand. These butterfly spreads are really interesting. I love to use butterfly spreads to fix put credit spreads when the underlying collateral is one of my strikes. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Thank you, everybody. You should do an interview with Larry Titus. There you go. Larry, where do you find your goofy records? How do you come up with this stuff? Thank you. Thank you for being here today. I will see you tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. We'll run this market for another day, and maybe everything will be green tomorrow. You know how it is. One day is red, next day is green. We make money. Everyone's happy. We stand around the campfire. We sing Kumbaya. It's all good times. Let's see what we can do. Thank you for your support in the meantime and all your patience with the troll. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow at first thing in the morning. You guys take care. Bye for now.